past 2 years, I've been going to Ricks Gentlemen's Club and writing poetry there.
Yeah.
Ignoring what's going on and just realizing it's the best place for me to be inspired. Because you need something to sort of go, I'm never going to get that. That's kind of annoying me. And, I'll write something. And if it's right there, you just can look it up. Woo! New York City is a great place for lonely people to feel alone. But with the opportunity of connection and then being alone again with gratitude, it's like the ocean. It's a great place to get slapped by a wave and then taste the salt water and say, fuck this. Until the next time, when you're doing it again. It's 14 after midnight. Walk well, walk away, dance naked. 3 minutes, each pop song. Each lap, a private stage. And if you stay with that one lap for 15 minutes, you walk away with $200. Nothing sad about it. Sadder are the men I've known. The father, the drunk, who left my mother when she was pregnant with me. The man who got me pregnant and the priest who convinced me not to abort are all sadder, more real examples than the shadows I mix with here. The shadows that pay you, at least. And I know what to expect from them. Anything meaningful is theirs to hold. And for me, it's a seed that's been planted in the shadiest part of the woods. There, no seed sprouts, and the hearts, like mine, stay at room temperature at best. Ricks today. The average guy here is like a kid in a candy store with a raging sugar tooth and an acute case of diabetes and no insulin available. He's an average swimmer in shark-infested waters, a barely recovered addict amongst drunks and other addicts. This is not a place for the weak, the impulsive, the man who creates stories in his head. If you can't see facts in front of you, and only the facts, prepare to be dragged down. If you like to color the moment with perceptions that might not be there in reality, best not come in. There is no singular big lie here, just a multitude of little tiny lies, like germs. The lies, they spread. The lights are dim, the makeup is perfect. And if you're a fly going to drink from a pitcher plant, you'll be digested. You'll be drained, you'll be drowned, and everything that was you will be used up until it rises again. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah.
This came to me over the years. I live on an island with a river on the west and an estuary on the east. And so often, among the city lights and noise and rubbing against hundreds of strangers, I forget that I live on an island with a river on the west and an estuary on the east, and how rare something like that is. And I'm not the first to forget. My father, I thought, would have no memories of me, just a faded map with crumbling breaches of thought over turbulent emotional waters. But one fountain spring bubbled up before he left his dying body. "Is Seth okay?" he said. And then, from his body, he swims away somewhere, far, far away, and he was gone forever. I don't share this among the city lights with the people I rub against on the island between the river and the estuary, but it floats along with me now and then at times. June 2023.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Woo! I'll do one more. collectible. When the sun comes up, you dine at dawn at street carts and 24-hour Korean haunts on 32nd Street. Escape from work in comfortable hoodies, sweats, and sunglasses, tracksuits, and puffy winter coats that never hide a night of cheap thrills, and sex appeal, and encounters timed out in pop songs, danced and stretched and spread out between a bar or stage or in the lap of your willing victims covered in denim. You leave with $6.69 in cash and a one-hitter that looks like a cigarette. Breathe in a mixture of skunk and Elmer's glue and Kush. Breathe out the smoke, breath smelling of vodka and a Banaka spray, and smoke and unsaid words that stays trapped in your throat. You do it all for us, like an ancient Egyptian succubus alive to the beat of sacred music brought here by Alexander. You do the work, and the men who require vampire musics love to ride the breakers of your energies like body surfers or dolphins ride the sea. You make us see our fathers and grandfathers and the men now dead in an arching vault, a tribal tomb that Vikings called Valhalla. Like a Valkyrie, you sentence me to try to touch the manhood and dream of quests long dead, and villains who were really only in my head, and really never knew my sleeping passions and flickering rage and what's left of the fire in my belly. My hero's here. Beowulf is gray, and his purse is empty, and his mouth smells of shots and cigarettes, and the days of Grendel and Grendel's mom are lost in haze of breasts and hips and bare waists that sway and hypnotize and calmly arouse his younger self. And you remind me I'm alive a little yet, still sadder for that wisdom. Beowulf rises, and at the coat check takes back his sword and spear and axe, and goes to die with harness on his back. And I'm a better man for knowing him. And you, somehow, at least that's how I justify the money spent and time spent on overpriced nights of seltzer bitters and a lime $20 Cuba Libres and girls named Diamond or Tiffany or Faith, or is it a girl named Gertrude? Poets die and rise again here, and with a turn of your head and long locks flowing and a flash of your eyes, your music magic can tantalize and remind me I'm still up, alive, in here. So act and write and paint and dance out foot and handprints on the cave wall to show that imagination has been here. This is what creativity left behind. That's all art is, and you remind us we're alive, or at least art once was, though a decade seems like a century ago. And out of character, but in make-up street, you meet me on the street, embrace and kiss me on the cheek, and get the dinner we call Donner with your court of frenemies at sunrise at the diner.
Woo!